Myself, Dr. K. Vijay Suganti, Assistant Professor, Department of Accounting and Finance, Tirthangal Nadar College. Today, I am going to make a short introduction to the subject Financial Management. In this video, I am going to explain the meaning, definition, scope, and objectives of financial management. Let's get into the subject. First, you should know what is finance and the necessity of finance. Finance is the lifeblood and nerve center of a business. Just as circulation of blood is essential in the human body for maintaining life, finance is very essential for smooth running of the business. It has been rightly termed as universal lubricant that keeps the firm dynamic. No business, whether big, medium, or small, can be started without an adequate amount of finance. Right from the very beginning, that is, conceiving an idea to business, finance is needed to promote or establish the business, acquire fixed assets, make investigations such as market surveys, develop product, keep men and machines at work, encourage management to make progress and create values. Even an existing firm may require further finance for making improvement or expanding the business. Finance has thus become an integral part of the firm. Unless the finance is managed in a profitable manner, the firm cannot reach its full potentials for growth and success. Next, we will see the meaning of financial management. Financial management refers to the management of flow of funds in the firm. It deals with the financial decision making of the firm. It is mainly concerned with the timely procurement of adequate finance from various sources and its utmost effective utilization for the attainment of organizational objectives. Since raising of funds and their best utilization is the key to the success of any firm, the financial management as a functional area has got a place of prime relevance. It is mainly focusing on overall managerial decision making in general and with the management of economic resources in particular. All the business decisions have financial implications, and therefore financial management is inevitably related to almost every aspect of business operations. Broadly speaking, the financial management includes any decision made by a firm that affect its finance. Next, we will see the definition of financial management by S.C. Kutchal. It deals with the procurement of funds and their effective utilization in the business. Next, scope of financial management. What is the scope of financial management? Financial management has undergone significant changes over the years in its scope and coverage. In order to have a better exposition of these changes, it will be appropriate to study both the traditional approach and the modern approach to the finance function. What is traditional approach? The traditional approach to the scope of financial management refers to its subject matter in the academic literature in the initial stages of its evolution as a separate branch of study. According to this approach, the scope of financial management is confined to the raising of funds. Hence, the scope of finance was treated by the traditional approach in the narrow sense of procurement of funds by corporate enterprises to meet their financial needs. Since the main emphasis of finance function at that period was on the procurement of funds, the subject was called corporate finance till the mid 1950s and covered discussion on the financial instruments, institutions, and practices through which funds are obtained. Further, as a problem of raising funds is more intensely felt at certain episodic events such as merger, liquidation, consolidation, reorganization, and so on. These are the broad features of the subject matter of corporation finance, which has no concern with the decisions of allocating the firm's funds. But the scope of finance function in the traditional approach has now been discarded due to the limitations. What are the limitations of traditional approach? The emphasis in the traditional approach is on the procurement of funds by the corporate enterprises, which was woven around the viewpoint of the suppliers of funds such as investors, financial institutions, investment bankers, etc. That is outsiders. It implies that the traditional approach was the outsider looking in approach. Internal financial decision making was completely ignored. The scope of financial management was confined only to the episodic events such as merger, acquisition, reorganization, etc. The scope of finance function in this approach was confined to a description of these infrequent happenings in the life of a firm. Thus, it places over emphasis on the topics of securities and its markets without paying any attention on the day-to-day financial aspects. The focus was on the long-term financial problem, thus ignoring the importance of the working capital management. Thus, this approach has failed to consider the routine managerial problems relating to the finance of the firm. In the absence of these crucial aspects in the finance function, this approach implied a very narrow scope of financial management. The modern approach provides a solution to all these aspects of financial management. Next, we will see what is this modern approach. After the 1950s, the approach and utility of financial management has started changing in a revolutionary manner. The emphasis of financial management has been shifted from raising of funds to the effective and judicious utilization of funds. The modern approach of the finance function focuses on wise use of funds. Since financial decisions have a great impact on all other business activities, the finance manager should be concerned about determining the size and nature of technology, setting the direction and growth of the business, shaping the profitability, amount of risk taking, selecting the mix of assets, determination of optimum capital structure, etc. The modern approach is thus an analytical way of viewing the financial problems of a firm. According to this approach, the financial management is concerned with the solutions for the major areas relating to the financial operations of a firm, with investment, financing, and dividend decisions. A modern finance manager has to take financial decisions in the most rational way. These decisions have to be made in such a way that the funds of the firm are used optimally. These decisions are referred to as managerial finance functions since they require special care with extraordinary administrative ability, management skills, and decision making techniques, etc. Our next topic is objectives of financial management. Efficient financial management requires the existence of some objectives or goals because judgment as to whether or not a financial decision is efficient must be made in the light of some objectives. The objectives of financial management are broadly divided into two, that is, basic objectives and other objectives. What are the basic objectives of financial management? Profit maximization and wealth maximization. And other objectives are return maximization, provide support for decision making, manage risk, use resources efficiently, provide a supportive control environment, comply with authority and safety of assets. What is this profit maximization? Profit maximization is one of the basic objectives of financial management. According to this concept, A firm should undertake all those activities which add to its profits and eliminate all other which reduce its profits. This objective highlights the fact that all decisions financing, dividend and investment should result in profit maximization. Following are given in favor of profit maximization concept. Arguments in favor of profit maximization. Profit is a yardstick of efficiency on the basis of which economic efficiency of a business can be evaluated. It helps in efficient allocation and utilization of scarce means because only such resources are applied with maximize the profits. The rate of return on capital employed is considered as the best measurement of the profits. Profits act as motivator which helps the business organizations to be more efficient through hard work. By maximizing profits, social and economic welfare is also maximized. However, this objective has been criticized on various counts. We will discuss the criticism against profit maximization. First point is ambiguity. The term profit maximization as a criteria for financial decision is vague and ambiguous concept. It lacks precise connotation. The term profit is amenable to different interpretations by different people. For example, profit may be long term or short term. It may be total profit or rate of return. It may be net profit before tax or net profit after tax. It may be return on total capital employed or total assets or shareholders' equity and so on. Next, time value of money. This concept ignores the time value of money. That is, under this concept, income of different years get equal weight. But in fact, the value of rupee today will be greater as compared to the value of rupee receivable after 1 year. Profit maximization objective does not take into consideration the social responsibilities of business. Also, profit maximization concept ignores risk factor. The certainty or uncertainty of income receivable in future can be high or less. High uncertainty increases risk and less uncertainty reduces risk. Less income with more certainty is considered better as compared to high income with greater uncertainty. What is wealth maximization? Another basic objective of financial management is maximization of shareholders' wealth. This objective is also known as value maximization or net present worth maximization. According to this concept, finance manager should take such decisions which increases net present value of the firm and should not undertake any activity which decreases net present value. This concept eliminates all the three basic criticisms of the profit maximization concept. As a value of an asset is considered from viewpoint of profits occurring from it. In the same manner, the evaluation of an activity depends on the profits arising from it. Therefore, all three main decisions of finance manager, financing decision, investment decision, dividend decision affect net present value of the firm. The greater the amount of net present value, the greater will be the value of the firm and more it will be in the interest of shareholders. When the value of firm increases, the market price of equity shareholders also increases. Thus, to maximize net present worth means maximize the market price of shares. The concept of wealth maximization is considered good for the companies in present situation This concept gives due consideration to the time value of expected income receivable over different periods of time. Under this concept, risk and uncertainty are analyzed with the help of interest rate. If uncertainty and time period are greater, higher rate of interest will be used to calculate present value of expected future cash benefits, whereas the interest rate will be lower for the projects with low risk and uncertainty. Besides, this concept uses cash flows instead of accounting profits, which removes ambiguity associated with the term profit. Beside the basic objectives, the following are the other objectives of financial management: return maximization, provide support for decision making, manage risk, use resources efficiently, provide a supportive control environment, comply with authority, and safeguard assets. Students, I hope now you have a clear understanding of what is financial management, scope of financial management, and objectives of financial management. Thank you for your patient listening.